but they would like to improve on it. And who here doesn't do any kind of morning routine or morning ritual, and they're on here because they would like some more info and some more ideas and some ways to create a nice healthy morning routine. So I'd love to hear what are you doing at the moment in your mornings? Are they rushed? Are they crazy hectic? Are you lazy? No one's lazy, but are you struggling in the morning? Maybe you're feeling really tired. I've got people that I work with that are really tired at the moment and they're really struggling. So I would love to, I'd love to hear, what have you got going on for you? Are you feeling the effects of some of the stuff that's going on? And so you're finding that a morning routine would really help you out. So this is the stuff that I get really excited about, actually, because for one thing, it's something that I teach my clients, and hopefully by the end of the program, they've really nailed it. And two, I think it's definitely something that sets you up for the most incredible day. I really highly value morning routines, morning rituals, whatever you want to call it. I call it morning routines, but I think they all have rituals in there. And it just changes things. So if you're I'm waiting to see some comments. Nothing's showing on my end, so I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Facebook's so annoying, it's not showing anything. Lucy wishes she did have a morning routine. Okay, so that's great. You don't have one and you're here to get some ideas. Deborah said she makes her bed every morning. I love that one. There's this really cool, you might have already seen it, YouTube, and it's got a military guy quite high up, and he talks about the importance of making your bed, because if it's the one thing that you accomplish and you're successful in the whole day is making your bed, then the rest of the day is just going to be a breeze. But he says it way better than that, so I can pop that in the comments as well, because it's really only goes for a couple of minutes. It's such a powerful speech. And to be honest, I have always been really particular about making my bed, and I have a lot of pillows, not heaps like some people, but I do have a lot. So making my bed takes a while. It's not super easy. Ivana, I have a simple one, but I really want to know what to have for breakfast that is healthy and easy. Oh, okay. More of the food aspect of it. Okay, that's cool. Great. Anybody else would love to hear, please share. What are you doing at the moment? Do you have a morning routine? Is there something that you do that's really important? You have to do it before you leave the house, or you're a little bit all, whatever's happening, go with the flow, or you just struggle to get out of bed in the morning and you find it really hard and you're quite tired. So yeah, pop in the comments. I'd love to hear, so then I could address my session and my talk based on your needs. So I want to start off by explaining to you guys a little bit about my morning routine and how it came about and why I think it's so important and powerful. And it's funny because when I became a nutrition and mindset coach many years ago now, one of the first things I did was actually would go around and do talks at quite a few speaking gigs and stuff like that. And present in front of a lot of people. I threw myself in the deep end, as you do. And one of the things that I did as a talk was my morning routine, because I felt that it was such a powerful thing. And I feel like it's really connected to our health and well-being, because it's the way we start our day. And so that's why it's something that I do with my clients as well. And I think it's important to have I guess not so much control, but awareness around what you do in the mornings, if that makes sense. So my morning started off a bit differently when my kids were younger. So when I'm talking to new clients about what they do in the mornings and hearing about it, it takes me back to what I was like when my kids were really young. And I think that lack of sleep has something to do with our morning behavior. So definitely find that we can wake up and feel quite exhausted or just not in the right mindset as soon as we start the day. So when my kids were in school, and a couple of them are adults now, so this is a while ago, I was not the best. I actually told myself I wasn't a morning person and that it was okay. I don't know. Tell me, have you done this? Have you told yourself you're not a morning person, so it's totally okay and fine how you behave, think and feel and what you do in your morning because you're not a morning person? Because that's what I did. I literally told myself that it was okay that I was grumpy and tired and couldn't do anything before I had my coffee. And I think it was a Mother's Day quite a long time ago that my kids bought me a coffee mug that was literally about this big. And I said to my kids, oh my gosh, wow, I love coffee, but this is a bit extreme. And they said, no, you are obsessed with your coffee. And I knew then that I couldn't even have a conversation with anybody until I'd had my coffee. So yeah, interesting how we work with that. So what I would do is I would stay up really late at night because I felt that it was my only time with my kids. It was my only time without my kids. So by the time I got them into bed, it was my time and it was my free time. So I'd sit up really late and then it would come, and then this is before phones were even in and we would scroll through phones. This is just TV or reading a book. Used to read lots of fiction books. Don't really get that opportunity anymore. So Gail says she's never felt like a morning person. See, this is what we do, right? We tell ourselves this. Gail, I make my bed and have recently started taking my doggy out for a walk. So you've started a morning routine. Awesome. Christina, smoothie every morning, body brush, vitamins. Awesome. Ivana said guilty. Yes. So I would stay up really late. And then when I woke up in the morning, I would be really tired. So my realization of why I wasn't a morning person was the fact that I was getting 5 to 6 hours sleep, which is not enough sleep. Hence, I was not a morning person. Pretty simple, right? When you think about it, if you don't get enough sleep, you're never going to be a morning person. Put in more hours sleep and you're definitely a morning person. And remind me to come back to this, how I went and changed from late night to early morning, because I'd love to explain what I did. So I would get up in the morning and I would drag myself out of bed, literally dragged myself out of bed. And I was angry at everybody. That was the reason I had to get up in the morning, which was my kids. So I would be really mad at them because I had to get up early and get them ready for school. And if I saw them taking their time, slowly getting themselves breakfast, they would trigger me and I would react to that. I can sit here and worry about all the damages I did to my kids. I'm sure I didn't damage my kids, but the way that I behaved. And I think having 3 kids kind of puts you a little bit out of balance anyway. I don't know anyone else has got 3 kids feels the same way. Because you are juggling a little bit more, I think, than if I had 2 maybe or 1, but me do everything. And gosh, how do the women do it? They have twins. So anyway, trying to stay on track. I was not a happy person, and also I've never been good at managing my time, or should I say I didn't used to be good at managing my time. So I would also spend more time worrying about what my kids were doing and not enough time worrying about what I was doing. I literally didn't do anything for myself but my breakfast, my coffee, yelling at my kids to get ready, checking they were ready, checking that the clothes were ready for them to wear for school or whatever, and getting myself ready to go to work. And then getting in the car and then realizing that we'd forgotten something. We did that all the time. One of my kids had forgotten something, so we'd have to turn around and drive back. And most of the time we were late and I would be then upset with the kids, drop them off I mean, I didn't do this every day. I'm probably painting myself to be a really horrible mum, but it wasn't a daily thing, but it happened at least a few times a week. And so I would have mum guilt all day as well. And also that, you know, knowing that I had upset my kids in the morning didn't feel very good. The other thing was that I would actually go to work super grumpy because that was the mood I'd created in the morning for myself, and it just kind of like stuck around, just grumpy as. I feel a little bit like I don't know. I think it was more, I just didn't know. It wasn't that it was a deliberate behavior or something that I wanted to be doing. It was just, I didn't know better. And I had started my health journey, so I was eating healthier, but I wasn't doing all the other things, the primary foods they call it, which is the sleep and the rest and restore and the things that are self-care, self-love. So I didn't know how to do any of those things. So even though I was having lots of green juices and eating, you know, a lot of green veggies, and we were making all our food ourselves, even then, by then, I still didn't have the morning routine sorted. Once I changed my morning routine, and that included how many hours sleep I got, I changed and transformed myself big time. I really did become a different person. I'm going to put a disclaimer out. It didn't happen overnight. I don't think anything does. Again, this is what I teach my clients. We do slow, simple, step-by-step changes. We can't overhaul everything overnight. It's just impossible. So I started to create changes, and I built on those until I created my version of a morning routine. And I love that every January, I do a reset of a lot of things, which I'm going to go into in a minute. But one of the biggest things is my morning routine. Is it serving me? Is it actually providing me the inspiration, the energy, the motivation for that day? Am I doing the things that I want to be doing? And sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm spending too much time doing this. I'm not doing this. I want to bring this in, such as I think it was last summer, I wanted to do the Wim Hof method. So I had to figure out how to do that. That was interesting. I did that for pretty sure. I mean, I didn't do the ice, but I did the cold showers and stuff. So it's really about tweaking it as well, because we're always changing. So I'm going to just check the comments, and I'm going to give you also an opportunity to pop in the comments if you've just joined us. What do you do as part of your morning routine? Is there anything in there that you do that's structured, that is consistent, something that you do quite often, you know, especially during the week? I think for me, morning routine is something that is a non-negotiable Monday to Friday. So I'd love to hear more of what everybody else is doing and how it's working for you and how long you've been doing it for. So I've been doing mine for about 6-7 years and not that much longer. So, and I tweak it every year and multiple times during the year at different times because I believe we have seasons for a reason. And seasons are, you can call them quarterly. You can, if you're a financial person, you might think of quarterly. And yeah, it could be that if you're spiritual, might be thinking about it with the moons. But whatever's working for you, how often do you change your morning routine? So I'm just going to see if there's any comments. Christina says, yes, that's me to a T. I'm guessing you mean the morning routine, the way you are, stay up late, get up early. Abby, I get up always early, body clock, I think, now drinking 1 glass of water every morning. Good, great. So you've started your morning routine. Anybody else got morning routines going that they'd love to share before I share some? Come on, ladies, pop some comments in here. I need to know what you're doing, what's going on. Let me know so I can share some more info. Ivana, drinking water first thing in the morning, been doing it since my 20s, meditation, if time allows, 20 odd minutes. Awesome. I love that. Very mindset as well when you're doing the meditation. What else is everybody doing? Is there any other, why's my phone going off? I put it on do not disturb. Is there any other things that you do as part of your morning routine that you can share with everybody? Because I'd love to hear, and then I can make sure I cover a little bit more about it in the next part. So I just wanted to see if anybody else has that they want to share, because I honestly believe morning routines are really powerful. And yeah, I don't know, I'm a big believer in the way you start the day is literally how your whole day goes. You've probably heard people go, oh, the day's just been a nightmare and it's like 9 o'clock, you know, but we actually create a lot of the stuff that happens to us. I don't know if anyone believes in manifestation or bringing in what your thoughts and feelings are. You could sort of creating those things, and I do, because the way I start the day is generally the way the day goes. So to me, that's another reason my morning routine is so powerful. Christina, yes, I thought so. Gail, only just started taking my dog out in the last couple of weeks. Rosie is already in the swing of it and harasses me until I take her out now. Aha. So now you have accountability. Love it. It's nothing like a bit of accountability. I think that's what pets are great for, accountability. I know that some people like to put their pets first before themselves by getting up and walking and feeding their dog before they do it for themselves. I'm here to tell you, make sure that you do a couple of main important things first before you do things for your pets, because otherwise you're putting their life as more important than yours. Your life should always be the most important. So keep your comments coming, and I'm going to start giving you some ideas and tips for morning routines. So what I generally suggest you do, first of all, I wanted to start off with, if you are interested in getting a copy of it's only short, I think it's 1 or 2 pages, I've nearly finished it, my PDF that I've got on morning routine, with all the different, I've got an old one and I've actually been updating it. So anyway, all the different types of things you can do for your morning routine, I want you to put in the comments right now in capitals, yes, please. If you'd like a copy of that, we'll send it, Abby and I will send it to you tonight or tomorrow morning. And then you can go through that checklist, decide which parts of the morning routine I'm going to cover now tonight suit you, and then you can go and create your morning routine that works perfectly for you. So you don't have to take notes of what I'm about to say. If you do the yes please in capitals in the comments, because you'll have that PDF that's going to cover everything, and then you can choose what things you like and you want to have as part of your morning routine. So I'm just going to have a drink of water and give you an opportunity to type in yes please in capitals, and then I'm going to go through some of the things that I suggest as a morning routine. Been talking all day on the phone to clients, potential clients, organizing so many events at the moment, and I've got some surprise things coming up. And also we've got my first ever, super excited, Christmas party on Thursday night this week, and I'm hoping most of you are coming. It's at the Sandbar. If you check the events in this Facebook group, if you check the events, you will see it. So it's a Christmas party in 2 nights' time. I would love you to come. It's just an hour and a half. We're going to watch the sunset go down in the Sandbar. You can grab yourself a wine, or it might be a water, whatever suits you. And let's just catch up and celebrate the year together, and also hear something exciting that is going to be announced. You guys that are coming on Thursday night, you ladies, you women, will be the first to hear. I have an announcement I'm so excited to share with you, and just some new things that are going to be happening for 2022. So I've got some things in the woodworks, and I cannot wait to share with you. So that is going to be super awesome. So if you would like to have a copy of tonight's morning routine, pop in the comments, yes, please, in capitals, and we will organize getting that to you. And I'm going to go through those things right now and share it with you. So a few of you have put in there. I've got Gail said, yes, please. And you're doing the capitals, yes, please. Woohoo. Thank you. Christina said, yes, please. Ivana said, yes, please. Grace said, yes, please. Awesome. Keep it coming. Put in the comments, yes, please, in capitals if you want a free PDF and it's just going to have what I'm going to cover now. So I'm going to go into it a bit deeper now, but this is going to be in like more in a tick, and you can decide what you add into your morning routine. It's really, really cool. So yes, please pop in the comments, yes, please. And also if you don't know about the Christmas party on Thursday night and you would like to come, pop in the comments that as well, and Abby can tag you in the event details. So starting off, the first thing that you can do for your morning routine, first thing that I always suggest, get ready the night before. I'm not kidding. If you go to bed and your kitchen is a mess and your bedroom is a mess, how do you think you're going to feel when you wake up in the morning? So simple. It could be that you are really, really tired and you don't want to do the dishes. So simple as stacking them all in one spot and still spray and wiping. I say spray and wipe, but you guys know I mean with a natural cleaning spray, wiping your kitchen bench down. And so that when you look at it, you don't feel overwhelmed. It's very important that the first things you see is not chaos. If you see chaos when you wake up, you are going to feel chaos. So that's the first thing you need to do, is actually get ready the night before. If you are sleeping in a messy bedroom, you are not going to feel great. So it's just a matter of taking things off the floor, not having things on the floor. Throw them over the chair if you have to, but not having them strung out all over the place is super important. So the first thing I would suggest is, it is a part of your night routine, is to make sure your morning routine is easy, because you haven't created a whole heap of stuff to do in a short amount of time. So that's super important. I don't always nail the kitchen, even though I have kids that I can make happen, make them help me make them. But I do think it's really important that we do it majority of the time, and that when we go to bed, or even when we sit down to relax at night to read a book or whatever, knowing that the kitchen is tidy and the bench is cleaned and cleared off actually makes me feel calmer. So I don't know, do you feel calm when your kitchen's tidy? Like, it doesn't have to be spotless, but it's pretty tidy, because the first thing you kind of congregate around as a family, or even yourself, is the kitchen bench. So if that's a mess, you're going to feel chaotic. If you wake up and you hop out of bed and your bed is chaotic, you're going to feel chaotic, right? If your bedroom, I should say, is chaotic, you're going to feel chaotic. So that's also important. How can you make your room not feel overwhelmed with lots of stuff? So that is the first thing. The next thing I suggest you doing is a body scan. It's so great. It's so powerful. It's such an important part of, I believe, a morning routine, because this is our first opportunity to communicate with our body. And that's something I teach my clients when I work with them, is we need to communicate with our body all day, every day. And most of us are so busy, so tuned off, have no awareness of what our body's trying to say to us. And our body's talking to us all the time. And it's trying to get us to listen, and we don't. So if we do it first thing in the morning, that means we can set ourselves up for the rest of the day to be switched on and hear what it says. So how does a body scan work? I also want to point out, if you're doing my cleanses with me, all this is in my cleanses, because I actually get you to do a lot of these steps as part of your morning routine in the cleanse, as well as coaching with me. Just wanted to point that out, because a body scan is a powerful thing that we get everyone to do. in the morning, in the cleanse. So you wake up in the morning, and before you do anything, you don't move, you don't do anything, you do your body scan. I prefer to start off at my feet. And I've heard other people say that they start at their head. For me, I like to start at my feet. So the first thing I do is I feel for any sensations in my feet. I feel how they're feeling. Generally, I'll wiggle my toes and I'll move my ankles around, give them a bit of a stretch as well. So that's really powerful. And I see if I can feel anything going on there or if they feel great. So what you can do is you can thank them for supporting you all day. You can move then up to your legs. So go through your calves, go through your quads. This is where we can start to feel some discomfort or unease, or whether there's a bit of tightness, soreness. If you're exercising, you're going to feel that. You might feel that it's feeling a little bit, see, this really not showing me your comments, and then it just came up when I refreshed. You're going to feel tightness in your legs, especially if you're doing a lot during the day. So for me personally, it's always my calves, but I know for my boys, they always have pain in their quads. So not pain, but aches. So having that awareness there is important. Why do we have the awareness? So we can do something about it. So we can be aware of it, bring it to the front of our mind, to our conscious mind, and we can actually do stuff to support that area throughout the day and be aware of it, so we can support our body properly. And just to also make those mental notes. So if it starts to happen too often, then we can start go, what's going on here? Am I overdoing something? Have I got inflammation in the body? What's going on with my legs that they're feeling that way? The next thing, you move to your hips. Women hold a lot of stuff in their hips. So if you've got achy hips, you've probably got a lot of emotional stuff going on. So that's really important to look at. There is some great stuff on the emotions being connected to, the situation in your life being connected to your body parts. Again, something like I teach my clients, it's so powerful, because when you know why you're having aches and pains, and also look at it from an emotional or stored area in your body, you start to have a bit more awareness of what's going on, because your body is talking to you. So hips, you move up to your tummy, your digestive system. Have a feel. Have you digested the food from the night before? This is a big one. We want to know that we've digested the food from the night before we've even, it's hopefully done a lot of work before we've even gone to bed. But if we ate late, we might wake up and we feel quite full or bloated or gassy. And that goes to show you that there's a bit of work to do on the night before. So again, we're bringing that awareness in. I have a habit of going like this. You guys know what I mean. Bringing that awareness in. What can we do there to change or tweak what we're doing the night before, so that we actually feel like we've digested our food and it's all been, well, our nutrients have been stored throughout our body and everything's ready, and we're actually ready to go to the toilet when we wake up. So that's important. Move your way all the way up your body. So your mouth, your nose, your eyes, obviously your neck, your chest, shoulders are a big one. If you're feeling heaviness here, what are you carrying in your life that's too heavy? If you're feeling it on your back, which some of you know I've got pinched nerves, so I'm definitely working on that area. Your hands, your fingers, what are you bringing in? What are you taking out? So thinking about all these things is pretty powerful. And then moving up to the head and seeing what your thoughts are. Are your thoughts positive or negative? So if they're feeling really negative, or maybe you're waking up with anxiety, straight away, the first thing I do if I have a negative mindset, which doesn't happen very often, thank goodness, but every now and it does, because I'm human, and I'm sure you are too. And that's to do my 3 things I'm grateful for straight away. And I do an affirmation for the day and I stick to it. So that's something that I do. Again, it's a powerful one that you can try as well. So after I've done my body scan, I then, not always, but sometimes I do a tongue scrape. This is good to do first thing before you do anything else, is to scrape the tongue. Again, you learn about it in my cleanse. And you can do it really easily. You can get a tongue scraper, or you can use a spoon and do it on the back of your tongue. Just remove all the toxins that have been, your body does cleansing all throughout the day, and it moves all the toxins to your tongue and heavy metals. So you want to help support getting rid of that. The next thing is a lemon water elixir. That is perfect. If you don't have time for a lemon water elixir, if you've got time for a lemon water, if you're interested in the recipe for lemon water elixir, let me know. It's super easy. And you can make it, you don't have to make it every day, but you make it a lot of the days you don't feel crash hot, or you're feeling sluggish, you haven't digested your food well. It's a natural way of cleansing. Otherwise, just have some lemon water and drink water before you have any coffee. It's super important. You have just slept all night, so your body has not been hydrated while you've been asleep. So one of the first things you need to do is hydrate yourself. Water is key. Another thing you can do is dry skin brushing. When you do go and have something to eat or drink, is to choose something healthy, or you might want to fast. If you're fasting, you might want to look at having a MCT oil or brain octane oil, or even coconut oil. I'm not really that. I feel like MCT oils are the best. Ivana wants lemon water elixir recipe for sure. It's super easy, and once you start making it, I feel like it's pretty addictive. And so, what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Oh yes, having an MCT oil. So if you fast, what it does is it can get you in a ketogenic state, and it gets your brain firing. Or if you have a green juice, I prefer green juices over every juices. All juices are good. We're having a green juice or a mainly vegetable juice. If you have an MCT oil within 30 minutes of that, it helps you to digest it better, helps the nutrients enter into your bloodstream and go to your organs. So it's a great, powerful way of starting your day as well. If you're having a coffee at a certain time in the morning is super important as well, because it's really going to get your body going. You want to be careful at the type of coffee you're having and how much you're having. So I don't believe that you shouldn't have coffee, but you should be careful how you have coffee. So, probably not the instant coffee. So having good quality coffee, looking at what you want to put in your coffee. You can supercharge your coffee. So there's certain things, medicinal herbs or mushrooms or things like that. Another thing you might be interested in having instead of a coffee, which is even more powerful, is a bone broth, which is really good for gut healing. Again, something I do with my clients. I just think there's nothing beats a bone broth first thing in the morning. So brothing is great. Healthy breakfast. What does a healthy breakfast mean to you? Well, to me, it means, first of all, do you want to have breakfast? Is your body telling you need to have breakfast? Because I don't believe you should do anything you don't want to do. And if you are having breakfast, why are you not allowing enough time in your morning to have a healthy breakfast? So that's important as well. For me, it is about what suits my body type. And what is really nutritious. It's not a cereal. It's generally not toast. It's very rare that I would have toast. I don't like to do it. The only time I probably do toast, and when I say toast, it's gluten-free toast or paleo toast. I do that is because I don't feel crash hot. Like maybe I couldn't get out of bed or something, which is not very often again. So I'm not a fan of having something bread, which is a carb. It's going to give you a blood sugar spike and then a big crash. Don't want to be doing that in the morning. I want to be having carbs, fats, and proteins straight away. So I feel like that's super powerful, and it's going to start my day in a better way. Other thing is if you want to have more of a spiritual, I don't know if the word spiritual is the right word, but more of a connecting within as part of your morning routine as well. So it could be that you have music. And what type of music suits you is up to you. Meditation is a powerful way. But for me, when I first started my morning routine, meditation was too hard. Like I literally had to start off with meditation being a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, moved to 10 minutes, moved up. I couldn't do meditation very long, which is so funny when I think about it. But I literally could not meditate for very long. I'm just such a big thinker. So I've had to really work hard on that over the years. And I've had to see a lot of different meditation teachers to get there. But for me, I think even if your meditation is not some guided meditation or strict meditation, it could be that you literally sit in silence and you look outside, or you smell fresh air, whatever it is, you just sit outside in your back garden. That can be your version of meditation. There's no rules on anything. It's designing it so that it suits you. I think what's important is that we make sure that we feel calm when we start our morning. So that's another thing. So feeling calm can really help how the day goes. So movement is really important. We get our lymphatic system moving. We get our body to flush toxins when we move our body. It doesn't have to be a gym workout or a personal trainer, although they are fantastic. And there's a few in this group that are amazing. If you want to know who they are, pop in the comments and I can tag them in. But it could be that it is yoga. There's yoga instructors in here, I'm pretty sure. Your morning routine could be that it is just stretching. Going for a walk with your pet, like a few of you have said, that's important to you. That is helping you and your pet. Yoga can be done on an app in your home. It doesn't have to be something where you have to get somewhere. And there are 5-minute yogas, there's 10-minute yogas, there's beginners yoga. So that's important. I believe it's good to know what you've got on that day. So having, for me, because I have so much of keeping my own calendar and roster and working for myself, it's important for me to see what I've got on for that day. And generally, when I get to the part of my morning routine where I can sit down and get into my meditative state, get into my calm state, I've actually done quite a lot of those things I just told you about, and I'm ready to have my coffee with my Mct oil, or maybe I do it a bit later because sometimes we've got school runs and stuff. And that is where I will sit down and have my quiet time. And I actually read my mission statement. So I have a mission statement and I try to read that every day. The one I have at the moment needs updating. Again, this is such a powerful tool and part of your morning routine because it's keeping you focused. What are your goals? What are you working towards? What is it you're wanting to bring in and create for your life? So knowing my day is important. Reading my mission statement's important. What else? If you've got a vision board, which is something I do in my sessions, in-person sessions each month. I do one in January, I should say. So a vision board is great. So you could be looking at your vision board. Does it need updating? Those sort of things. You could be putting essential oils on. Super powerful because they can change the way you feel, what you smell, change your moods and emotions. So that's a really great way of starting the morning. Could be burning a good quality incense. I do that sometimes as well. If I'm not in the mood for my essential oils, you can see them on here. They're on most of the time because they support me and they support my energy, my moods, my alertness. So if I want to be calm, I put calm oils on. If I want to be alert, I put alert, uplifting oils on. I also do oracle cards, not every morning. Probably 4 days a week I do that. I also have affirmation cards, and it's really interesting when I do that. I actually brought them to the retreat. I've brought them to a lot of retreats, but not got the women to play with them. And this retreat, I was really encouraging women to grab them, pick them up, play with them a bit. And it was interesting how many people messaged me after and said, I went and bought oracle cards, or I went and bought affirmation cards. They're just another little support tool. Crystals can be part of your morning. It could be that you sit there and work out what crystal you need to use and play with, touch, bring in, and feel really comfortable with. They're super powerful. They help with energy balancing as well. So if you're feeling a certain way, you can grab a certain one. If you're about to spend the day with someone that it might feel heavy, you might grab an oil, a crystal for that, and an oil. If it's somebody that you need to protect your energy with, you could grab an oil with that. I mean, a crystal with that. Oh my gosh, I really have talked too much. I think it's super important to think about how you could create this morning routine. And you should probably have noticed I didn't once mention go on your phone, check your emails, check Facebook, because putting that blue screen in front of your face straight away creates stress. Stress is linked to gut health problems, moods, emotions, your mental health, your immune system. So many, inflammation is a big one. So many things. So why go and put stress in front of your face straight away? And don't say that social media doesn't stress you out, because it's proven that it does. We just don't realize that we're getting stressed out by it, especially when there's so much crap going on at the moment that we are being subjected to listening to or seeing that it's, and I know we need to be aware, but it's quite negative, so it can be quite overwhelming. So there's some of the morning routines that are great ways of making your morning powerful. Creating space. Have you got a spot in your home that you can create that is just for you? So obviously this is my consultation room, so you know that I get to come in here and shut the door and create a powerful morning routine as well. But maybe you don't have a room, but you have a corner in your house, a corner in your bedroom. I literally started with a corner in my bedroom many years ago, and my morning routine was, when I was first started, was literally a little table that had a few little things on it, and I would sit in front of it, and then I would have my little iPad that's died now, it's so old, but back then it was my iPad would sit up, and I would put on Adrian on yoga. You probably know Adrian yoga, and I would do my yoga as well, or I would go off to my yoga class and come back and do my morning routine, or my personal trainer, depending what day it was. And so those things are really need to be designed how it suits you. So first of all, you need to figure out how much time you've got. How much time have you got to allocate to your morning routine, and how much time do you want? And how many things do you want to do? So you kind of need to figure that out first, and then pick what you're going to do. So if you're interested in my PDF that's got all the different tips that I've just suggested there, type yes please in capitals. If you want the lemon water elixir recipe, type yes please as well, and me and Abby will get that out to you tonight or tomorrow. And I would love to check back in with you. If you are going to try something new tomorrow, post in this Facebook group, or even better in the comment section, what did you try tomorrow morning that's different than what you do now? And yeah, like what did you used to do that you're no longer doing is important as well. But it's important to look at how much time you've got. And there's certain things that you should be doing to create that time if you need to. So there's techniques that I do or did that worked really well for me, because I needed to find the time. I didn't feel like I had enough time. So there was things I had to do to create that time for myself. So I've gone majorly over time, like 15 minutes. So thank you for those of you that have stayed on and listened to me talk that long about morning routine. You can see I'm quite passionate about it. I would love to hear how you go about your morning routine, and if you try something new tomorrow. And again, type in yes please if you're interested in trying this out. If you watch the replay, hashtag replay, because I would love to hear those of you who have been able to. I'm just gonna, while I've still got you on here, see who we've got on next week. I'd love to hear how you go with it. So next week is, it's Ivana who's on tonight. She is our guest speaker. So awesome. I think you guys are going to really love, yes, you're going to really love her talk with me next week, her chat with me next week. She actually came to my women's health sessions a couple of months ago and taught us about oracle cards and crystals. So cool. She's a psychologist. Can you believe it? Psychologist who deals with crystals and oracle cards. My kind of person. Woohoo! Hopefully you can all join me next week as well. So same time, Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And yeah, let me know how you go. I'd love to hear. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully I'll see you guys all Thursday night. If you haven't RSVP'd, please RSVP. So keep changing their numbers at the sandbar and driving them absolutely nuts there. They've only got a certain amount of space, so I do need an RSVP from you. Please come. It'll be so fun. I know I've got some surprises and some exciting stuff to share with you about 2022. Woohoo! It's going to be great. So take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.